my name is Amanda and I'm with the Tampa Hillsborough County Public Library. Welcome to this session of Haunted Histories. Today we are going to explore the haunted history of the Tampa Theater. But before we get into this local history of Tampa, if you want to make it even more local and discover your own family history, we welcome you to check out our Family Heritage Festival, which we'll be hosting virtually on October 23rd. You can find out the full calendar of events or register for these events, which are going to be led by genealogy experts and our library staff at hcplc.org/familyheritage. And before we get into today's story, let me tell you about some other books we have in the collection if you're interested in haunted histories and specifically haunted theaters. Of course, we have The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. This is perhaps the quintessential or original haunted theater story. You can find this streaming digitally on our digital streaming service, Hoopla. If you are interested in the actual Tampa Theater, we have a book just about Tampa Theater called Tampa Theater Ghosts. This is by Gina Watson. Or if you are more broadly interested into haunted Tampa stories, you can check out Ghost Stories Tampa, Florida by Tim Reeser. You can find these on our book services at hcplc.org/books. Okay, let's go ahead and get into today's story. And our story is from Haunted Tampa, Spirits of the Bay by Deborah Fredom. On the corner of Franklin and Zach in downtown Tampa, embedded in the sidewalk, is a round brass circle with 2 feet in diameter. It was placed there on November 2012 by the city of Tampa to honor one of its true gems, the Tampa Theater, which sits just kitty corner at 711 North Franklin Street. There are 3 important images in the brass. The first name and image is that of John Everson. This is the famous architect who designed the theater in 1926. The theater's interior was made to resemble a Mediterranean courtyard garden, perhaps that of the Duke of Medici. It's resplendent with old-world statuary, flowers, and birds. The theater was designed for hosting silent pictures, which were often accompanied by live music. The accompaniment came from, of course, the mighty Wurlitzer theater organ. In 2013, the Motion Picture Association of America named the Tampa Theater one of the top 10 theaters in the world. But John Everson does not haunt the Tampa Theater. It's the second image on the plaque, which is an old-style movie projector with the name Fink Finley. Fink, whose real name was Forrest, is one of the ghosts of Tampa. In fact, he's the theater's most famous ghost. He loved the movies, and he loved the Tampa Theater. He would always ride by bus very early. Even though the theater didn't open until 1 p.m., he would often arrive by 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning. He had his own keys to the front door and the projectionist booth. It was said that you could always hear him coming because his big bundle of keys would jangle as he walked down the hallways. In December of 1965, during a showing of that immortal classic, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, Fink collapsed in the booth. He was having a heart attack. We can't be certain if the quality of the film shown was a contributing factor, but it is one of the 5 worst films of all time. Unfortunately, Fink passed away. After his death, it seems like his spirit was just so used to the routine of coming into the Tampa Theater that he just continued coming in. Of course, a new projectionist had to be hired. However, he claimed that he kept experiencing Fink's presence. He said that Fink just wouldn't leave him alone. Just before the show would start, the door to the projectionist booth would slowly creak open all by itself. He would hear the jangling of keys, and the door would then slam shut. It didn't take long for the new projectionist to quit his job. Since then, there have been many projectionists who have come and gone, but they all report a similar occurrence, even after all these years. However, that's just 2 of the images on the brass plaque. The third image on the brass plaque is that of a lovely young woman with dark curly hair, elegantly dressed and seated at the console of a large organ. The name of the accompanying the image is Rosa Rio. Remember that mighty Wurlitzer theater organ? Well, Rosa became the organist at the Tampa Theater in 1993. Born in 1902 in New Orleans, Rosa became a keyboard prodigy at the age of 4, and she actually played for her first silent picture at the age of 9. Rosa died on May 13, 2010, just 3 weeks short of her 108th birthday. Is it any wonder after all those years that Rosa is still playing? Sometimes, when people pass by the theater late at night after everything has been closed up, they hear the sounds of sweet organ music coming from inside the building. Tara Schroeder of the Tampa Theater Foundation was standing on the stage talking to someone. Not paying any particular attention to where she was standing, she backed up a few steps and found herself falling into a hole on the stage, with the organist story and a half below her. But as she fell, she said she felt 2 small hands, one beneath her on her back and one below her legs. She says it was as if someone was gently laying her down. Now, Tara did fall on the organ, and she said that she should have broken bones or maybe even broken her neck, but all she had were a few scrapes and bruises. And amazingly, there wasn't a single scratch on the console of the mighty Wurlitzer organ. Tara believes it was the ghost of Rosa Rio who helped her out that day, and she thinks that Rosa actually had her priorities straight. Save the girl if you can, but definitely save the theater organ. Theaters are notoriously haunted places. Some say it's because so many souls have passed through the doors, and others say it's because the many characters created on the stage and screen impart an energy that invites the spirits. So it's no surprise that the beautiful Tampa Theater is one of the most haunted places in the city. Have any of you ever been to the Tampa Theater? Maybe you've heard that organ music or heard the jangling of the keys. Well, it is a beautiful building either way. Okay, that brings us to the end of our story for today. I do want to thank you for listening. If you have any questions about the library, maybe the books we recommended, or you would like to find out about signing up for, or renewing a library card, you can always give us a call at 813-273-3652, or you can contact us online at hcplc.org/contact. If you do want to find more upcoming events like our Family Heritage Festival, definitely check out our full calendar of events at hcplc.org/events. And one final thought is today we've shared a very spooky story with you. We love sharing stories at the library, but we also love hearing stories. So if you have a story to share with us, hopefully not haunted, you can always share your library story with us, whether it's a building, a memory, a service, a branch member. We would love to hear it. And you can share that at hcplc.org/stories. Thank you for listening.